I did that thing again where I don't fucking remember that not having it on studio mode means I don't get to see the other scene transition options. I just get the one. That means I don't automatically have actions. Also, just not easy to fucking have the transition that she wanted. Or just didn't read it. That's a whole different fucking thing, though. Not relevant, actually. Because we have other things to work on. Namely, fucking editing. As ever, as always. Although, hopefully, if I cope hard enough, it won't actually be that bad. I guess it's considering the date the videos were changed. I have 2 recordings for voiceover. I just did it in 2 batches. And it's like, yeah, no, the script got changed in the middle. But I put them both on Google Drive at the same time. So it must be that it fucking just takes the date from the file itself, which I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's date modify, which not like it makes sense if it sorta. It would make sense if Google Drive made sense, but Google Drive doesn't make sense, so it only makes partial sense. That it would make sense here, if that makes sense. Yeah, really, the only like I've done 2 things in the now. It's the wrong one. Where are those? Was it alphabetical? This is fucking alphabetical. God damn it. Yeah, Word don't do good when I'm trying to edit, but like, just in general, trying to cohesively vomit my fucking thoughts out into the world. Difficult balance, difficult to manage. My brain is just too fucking massive, apparently, to be confined to a theoretically mortal form of communication. Very inconvenient. I forgot to fucking start recording. God damn it. I realized I forgot to start recording. I was like, oh, I should put a mark there to fucking grab that bit. Oh, lost now. Okay. On top of just editing the voiceover, I also need to fucking continue fiddling with the size of the text, like the format of the videos, like the visuals. I remember I shrunk down the text more from what it was in like the Pound video. I was like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me actually properly test this. Yes, I should have done this a long time ago, but oh well. I tested it out, like I exported like a second of video with that bitch to get a good view of it, and it was fucking massive. It was massive. The text was huge. I was like, what the fuck? Huh? Because it doesn't fucking make sense. It specifically did it to be smaller, and it's too big. Let me try again. Just open up because I saw it here. It's really not that much bigger. It's too bold. Like the font bold. I think that's the problem I have with it. Is that that font looks better, and if that's the font I normally use, that could be smaller. Also, that could be much smaller. God damn it. Let me look at this. does that, but why did you open Ranger sequence? Why are you open the template? Alright, let me see. Where? In the template. There. Oh, did they just not fucking have the correct? There's one that I'm missing. Alright. That would be good to have. That needs to be split. Most. 4-1? That one? 4-1. And it's not very helpful if I change it. Then it wouldn't be the before one anymore. That down to there. We're going to remember because I just made it a specific ratio of the other one, essentially. And this one was just going to... None of that. Yes. Okay. Huh. I think honestly a big thing that would help me edit faster is if I just fucking committed to not caring about precise fucking placement of shit. Cause I make sure like, oh, you know, like, does it line up right as the height? Like to say like, oh, there's like 100 units or pixels down there. I need to make sure the other ones are also the same because like it makes it easier. It fucking doesn't make it evener, maybe, but even then it's debatable because human eyes are fucked. If I that. Oh, right. Fuck. It. That. Broadcasting. You know what I need to do? What I should do? Let's fucking get a like border going. As a D at least. Yeah. What the fuck was my idea? I'm partially saying it. That is, I think what I'm actually looking for right now is just like have something so I can get a good idea. Like, is everything around like the edge of the screen balanced? Why is it not what I'm doing? Okay, that shit looks fine. No? Right, I didn't make the hidden size of the square the actual right size, so it's of course not going to be square. Width 1920 height 1080. Now if I scale it down, it can look wrong. It can be wrong. Why is it? It scales down, like the outside does not scale in at the same rate. I mean, even a fucking easier idea. If I make it just 10 pixels smaller in both directions, it can change nothing. Because scale to fucking 0! That will do that. Okay. I am getting into the point of fiddling, where it is simply less and less helpful. Oh well. One smaller, and that's it. No, no, I should not. Actually, I should. Oh, even better, I can put that border just above everything else. Because all I did was I made a like a graphic of a rectangle with a border around it. It's called a stroke in actually a lot of programs, not just Premiere. But I made the rectangle just slightly smaller than 1920 by 1080. So I made it 1920 by 1080 and then shrunk it by 10 pixels. In this case, 30 pixels, 40 pixels. So 20 on each end. And just had it to not fill. So the rectangle doesn't have anything filled in it. But the stroke, the outline, is still there. So, very nice. Very clean. I can't wait to fucking forget that I figured out how to do that. Okay. Thankfully, I don't think I actually changed enough. Good problem. Now do that 140 in height. Where's that? 140 in height. So I can instead get the scale, which is 110. It's 50. And there we go. Fixed. So this doesn't seem to be fixed. Oh shit, that's not I don't think. Okay. Okay, well, at least for this one. That one doesn't even have a fucking problem with that. Hooray! this. More annoying. Okay, never mind. That's actually fucking easy. I'm worrying over fucking nothing. Wrong one. I am realizing that I am going through the effort of changing all of the values on this. Oh, and again, welcome. I'm changing the values of all of the stuff before I've actually tested to see if it's actually good and I want to keep it. Yeah, it's on brand. I'm going pretty good. Assuming this works and I'm actually happy with it this time, then I have actually gotten the format for the videos, at least updated, fixed, something of that sort. Actually, I can actually display, I can share what the hell. Doing good background. Like chill, hell yeah. Happy I can provide a more chill environment for you. One, two. Why are you? Okay. I'm realizing I'm actually gonna fuck that up because before it did not have the graphic. Oh well. On the computer chair. Oh, bar one is fucking terrible. Oh no. Yeah. It feels like one of those things that's easy to see something that looks good, but isn't. Or it could just fucking suck. I don't know. Me actually. I've done the same. I've exported the same test 3 times now, making slightly different, adjustments, seeing how it looks. I'm seeing how it looks. I mean, the way I look at it to see. Hello. Excruciating uncomfortable as a built-in vibration function with the bars that fire with no cushion. What the fuck? Hmm. Just for now, put the text pick closer to the floor. Check that in 1 second. I'm gonna call that fucking good enough. Oh. Oh no, that is, you can see them visibly distending the fucking like cushion. You know, I could make a guess. Two guesses. Either it's a cheap ass chair they just shoved like a like massage function into, or the vibration couldn't be felt through the padding, so instead of making a fucking better design, they're like, yeah, fuck it, just make there not be padding on the fucking like pillow. Shit. Oh, thank God, it's really just here. We didn't actually fix this yet. Oh, right, it didn't actually change. I don't know whether they just made it not. No. I'll make sure I get this one lined up more, because it is literally the reference one. I forgot that I fucking was like actually looking for something that I changed more so. Yeah, it looks the fucking same. At the very least, I'm not benefiting from not changing. Actually, that should be a bit. Of course, it's not. It has not. I hope this works out. It really should. Because one. Oh, no, cancel. I put the fucking thing way too goddamn far ahead. To export like a 15-minute section when I only want like 4 seconds. -5 separation. Not -N. That's easy to fix. Because all of them need the same one. God damn it. Get another test done. Explore so I can actually look at it in context. I'm trying to like guess. Yeah, it was. It still looks so like generally like ridiculously small without the like on the actual on Premiere on the project itself. It still looks goofy as hell. But like in the actual exported version, it works fine. It's just the kind of editing hell that is my existence. Oh, fantastic. Smash that down now. change, copy and paste it. No negative side effects. I got it. Hooray! There we go. Still looks weird in the project, but I can go back and forth between the actual one in the fucking... It's gonna be the main Ranger sequence. And, like, look at it and it's like, yeah, that looks the same as it does on the one I did test. So, odds are good. That it's fine, actually. Mission trouble. Only I did notice. Very often. Or in the supercut video. They were getting misaligned. This should tell me that I actually fixed it. I think it might be still a bit loud. That is easy enough to fix. Close him out. Only if cameras name out. Et voila. There we go. The actual project file is actually set up so that getting the visuals in, at least the base visuals, will, at least it should, be as easy as going, drag it in and you're done. Hopefully. This. Copy. Backups. My ears get itchy. Sucks. I'm just annoying. I'll just take a fucking hand out away from my keyboard. I was gonna move my fucking headphone the other way. One more little bit of bullshit to deal with. Very annoying. there are two wolves inside of everyone. To me, those two are fucking. It'll be an easy thing to fix. Just fix it now so you don't have to deal with it later. Or, for the other wolf is like, fuck no, just don't bother with it. It's fine. You're just fiddling with it for the sake of fiddling with it. I'm fiddling with it for the sake of fiddling with it. We're not going to fiddle with it anymore. You don't need to. It's not necessary. Stop doing it. Realizing I actually messed around. It was something as like a template. It wasn't actually meant to be like the template. Not good enough. And this fucks up my fucking backup. God damn it! Why we don't fiddle with things? Let me grab. Just so we can actually keep track of how long each step took. Otherwise, there ain't no fucking way. Healthy. Alright. Now I need to get to video editing. Hear me out. I don't want to. That's so loud. already quiet by for a bit. Oop. We need a fishing location. We can do that. We do have other fishing locations. Hang on. Yeah, I'm actually look around. Where? Oh, it's literally right here. Been this for a while. It has been this for a while. I left it together because it was like a good one. Oh, I should need to put my plug in. Yeah, let me actually. Oh, good. I already had set so I can actually hear through my monitor. Oh, fantastic. Or I had that because it changed. I do have it so I can hear it through my monitor. Actually, yeah, I think it just call monitor. Or a bit. No, you are correct. That's why I'm going to change it. Bonjour. Bonjour, Tax Cat. I'm doing something very impressive, which is it's different fishing. Let's go watch. Let's see the. We go back to fucking. Hey, wait a minute. Why didn't it fucking? We go back to clay farming. Is this improved? With the campus police booting your truck? No, you did not. Yeah, if you don't want to do, fucking settle. Perfect throwback. It's not really a throwback, is it? It's do the same thing. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if, like, yeah, clay farming was, like, 2 ago. Oh, also I need to fucking change the size of it now. Actually, let me see if I can't edit transform. Okay, yes. Property. Nope. Instagram chatting stream background. It is.
Let's move faster. The sun is. It's not great for my skin, if you know.
Okay, no, changing the. If I change this to 1920. Oh, it does that live. It does that live. Okay. 1920. 1080. Oh, it just goes back to normal immediately. Excellent. It was in your lot. Tag. It's the road. And they give me not 1, not 2, but 3 tickets. And on the 3rd one, they had booted my truck and charged me for having the boot on my truck in your lot. What the fuck? Oh my god.
This place makes me a little uneasy.
There's gonna be a much more uplifting. God. I hope it gets resolved soon. Or you're about to tell us that it has been resolved, and you were like, "Hey, this was in my lot," and they went, "Oh shit, yeah, sorry, the campus police fucking fucked you like that." So if not, I hope it gets resolved soon. I think this is when I actually had it with. These start. No. Too many sounds, too many noises. Fuck that shit. To unplug my fucking headphones. I'll plug my headphones back into my laptop. Get into my fucking desktop. It's still so loud. Not too loud though. Called to get it removed, and Lay told me it was because of your blackout tags. The letters were not clearly visible on it in bright white. Oh, that's fucking weird. weird as in fucked up and it shouldn't happen, not necessarily weird and like peculiar and oh, I wonder what could be causing this. Like what could be causing this is either college bureaucratic bullshit or college police incompetence. Permit, I had everything done, and they ticketed me 3 times on 3 different dates because of the tags. I put the tags 3 times and didn't think about it. Hang on, wait, this tag that you're referring to, I don't think that, hang on. Tag to the road, and they gave me, 1, not 2, but 3. I'm like, input the tag. Okay, so you got it. Yeah, that's fucking annoying then. Like, that is just fully annoying. It's like, yeah, no, got it resolved. They fucked that one up 3 separate times. Did you ever get an explanation on why they fucked it up so bad so often? Or was it like oh, damn. Sorry, Chief. It probably won't happen again. Maybe. No. Let's tow your truck. You got there in time. Holy shit. You know what especially sucks? Or like, not especially. One of the facets that suck about it, and probably one even the smaller ones, the fact that when you get there and people are about to tow your car, the people who are about to tow your shit are not the ones responsible for fucking it up. Right? I gotta get everything's in line. Well, yeah, of course they have to have an excuse. Right? Like, at a minimum, they're gonna have an excuse, like, front-facing, because God forbid they acknowledge that things are kind of bad, because then other people might know that things are bad and be like, hey, wait a minute, things are bad? Right? So they don't acknowledge that. But also, internally, it's like, yeah, no, of course they're gonna say it was a blackout tag. Right? Even if they're not actively lying, people will assume that of course they did something rational. Of course they did it for reasonable, like, reasons. They had a reason to ticket that car. The tag must have been blacked out or something. Right? It's not that I just didn't fucking look at it with my eyes and am in fact fucking stupid. No, that can't be it. Or at the very least, they're not going to consider that themselves. Ugh, annoying. Yeah, again, like the people come to tow your car. They got a message and are responding to it correctly, as far as they're concerned, right? They got a word of a car that needed to get towed from people that they are supposed to listen to and go and tow the cars they tell them to. And they get there, and it turns out that actually, no, this car's not supposed to be towed. Right? Like, that's not their job. But now it sort of is their job because, fucking hell, things are fucked up now. Right? Like, a demolition crew gets called to the wrong house. They are not allowed to demolish the house, obviously. But also, they don't know what the hell's going on either. As far as they're aware of, they're doing things correctly. Only problem is, the people that they get their information from, and they have to get their information from, is fucked. Because someone else fucked it up. Ugh. Insert immediate comparison to just needing accountability across every industry all the time forever, not just the obvious one. But also, the fucking thing about, yeah, no, why can you not trust a computer program? Not specifically AI, even just like a computer program to run everything without having some way to get a human in the loop. Both are good here. Guy came out to remove the boot. Was nice. He looked like he had been dealing with the same shit all day. Wasn't just you. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's not good. That... It makes sense. The second you said that, like... The second you said he'd been dealing with it all day, it immediately clicked, like, yeah. that makes sense that if that is a problem that is happening a lot. Because why would it be happening to just you? Right? Or I guess rather it's the idea of like, oh, why is this fucking thing just happening to me? And it's like, you're not. It's not. It's not just you. It's just that you're the only one. You're only seeing yours. Because how often do you see or acknowledge or really think about other people's parked car? Right? Frankly, if you were paying not too much attention to other people's fucking parking tickets, unless you had the same ordeal in this case, but that would be more fucking weird. Oh my god. Honestly, perfect example though of the person who's come out to deal with it is not the person responsible, but they're still the person who has to deal with you dealing with the problem. Oh my god. He even told me, half joking, with enough sweat to drown an elephant, that he had 5 more to go. I mean, yeah, if it's... Oh god. And this is why, or one of the many ways shit like this happens, is the people who cause the problem are not the people who deal with the problem. And so they don't see the problem, right? Sort of like if a little kid touched a hot stove, but someone else got burned. Shockingly, that would do a not fantastic job of teaching a kid to not put their hand on a hot stove. You were like, oh, well, you know, someone down the road is going to have a really bad burn on their hand. You can't do that. And they're like, yeah, but I can't find the oven mitts and I want to get the shit out of the oven. Like, you tell me that this is bad, but I don't fucking see, like, yeah, sure, I'll not do it, I guess. Like, but they're not going to remember it very well. Am I comparing campus police to children? Yeah, no shit. I think when my time, I didn't really have to deal with that too much. He told me he had to remove 9 others before he got to you. I like took over an hour. God. Adding another fucking log to the pyre of the person you're dealing with in customer service is not the person who fucked you over. Because at that point, yeah, no, why did it take an hour for you to get to me? It's like, well, easy, I have to clean up all the other fucking messes too. Alright? Like, it's... Ugh. Do I not have noise suppression on my fucking mic? That would explain why the fucking fans have been so loud. He deserves it. He does. There's an angle on that of like, yeah, people who do that kind of job just deserve to be paid more. Hell, people like broadly deserve to get paid more, but I'm not even gonna be downer. I just hope he gets a raise too. Alright. Not just for like coming around and like dealing with the problem, but also being just a good people person while doing it. That's a really important fucking like skill to have while like doing a job like that, because you will be dealing with people who are having a really, really shitty day and you are not unresponsible for it, I guess. Or rather, you are responsible for that situation now. So if their car is like has a fucking boot on it, so you can't fucking drive, yeah, that's your job now. You're the fucking boot on their car wheel, stopping them from driving over a guy. People hate that guy. Right? This photo made a huge mistake. Didn't take any photo. I was too busy being pissed and calling the office. Yeah, it happens. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm glad I didn't fuck it up too bad, because apparently I didn't have my mic set up correctly. Since we want to get home, take it to your parents' souvenir. Fair? Also looking at the voiceover I recorded, there's a pit in my stomach, like, have I been fucking recording streams with incorrect, like, location where I'm recording the voiceover portion? I don't think so. This is shouldn't. Can I check that while stream is on? Hmm. 1, 2, 3. There's on 2. There's on 3. Oh, my soundboard needs to get changed. Good to know. Yeah, also worked fine. We didn't have water damage from the rain. Oh my god. I just want to take a screenshot of my desktop from my fucking laptop. Recent story you had? Ah, college, the land of stories. Some of them are even good. Like, at this point, there's... God. I'm actually talking about something you can't even see. Fucking hell. I'm tired for the evening. Gotta get up early to walk just 2 miles to your first class. Woof. Oh, Godspeed. Get some rest. Hopefully your car isn't fucking, like, locked down again when you wake up. Because that would be fun. With elusive rest? Never. So I just got back sleepy. Oh, you're out of it, huh? No worries, no worries. Oh, sleep well. Oh, right. Text to, not text to speech. Voice to text. I forgot. Oh, right. I need to fucking... What's text? What do I need to do? I need a good bit of eye variance. Let's go down a bit. Now, like my perks. I'm just fiddling around with the sound, like the compressor I'm using. There we go. Oh, I'm not. I got this set up, but I have no fucking idea how to handle it. I have an idea. It's called, I'm gonna fucking... Okay, no, that's... Let's use that. Let's go. Wait a minute. Why not? I wish I understood what the fuck I was looking at with the, like, the multi-band compressor. I don't. I have no fucking clue. I know it mostly does what I want, but it's like, oh, I wish I could make, like, the loudest bits a bit quieter. It's like, I don't fucking know how. Working on, I'm doing, actually, I have to do voiceover editing for the changes to Ranger video, which, to call it an outlier would be to do everything ever a disservice. This shit sucks so bad. The biggest problem with figuring out how much... It's not that you can't make other classes do literally every meaningful thing this class could do. Right? Sort of like if in most RPGs, like, oh yes, no, we have, like, the fighter and the tank and the wizard. But, like, it's really not hard to make the fighter take as much or more damage as the tank does and make the fighter do the tank's, or the DPS do the tank's job. It's just that, yeah, you could do it like that, but then you would need to, like, make a really shitty DPS. Like, you need to break them and do it really badly. And everyone's gonna look at you like, why the fuck do you have a fucking DPS where you cut their arms off? What the hell's the point? It's like, oh, you see, it's actually slightly more optimal than playing a tank. That's fucking Ranger. It is better to just play other bullshit. No, that's the thing. Even that comparison does not do it justice, because you can play better versions of the idea of what a Ranger would be. It's like Legolas, things in that, like Drizzt or Doradin, for anyone who knows D&D stuff. But, like, to try and do that, doing that with other classes, and making other classes fully provably just trounce Ranger by doing everything Ranger can do, beat for beat, so no one can claim, well, you know, technically Ranger can do this. They are not the same thing. And you need to make a shittier version of fucking Ranger, or a shittier version of the character concept, or I am, just to get across, like, no, they can do literally everything. There's literally no reason to play Ranger. But also, if you wanted to play Ranger but use a different class, don't do it like this. There's better ways to do it. Like, again, to use the example like DPS and tank, it's like, oh yeah, no, you can make DPS into a tank. You can also make them better at being a tank, but technically then tank would have a certain like niche thing where it's like, well, you see, they get 10% reduced knockback. Technically, that's a thing you can say tank does better. It's like, well, no. You can make the DPS take that kind of less knockback. You need to make it even shittier, cutting off its arms and its legs. And now, it will do literally everything tank will do. And it is a worse tank than it could have been. Literally the only problem with making other classes do Ranger shit is that they could do better. Is making them shitty enough to be equivalent to Ranger. It is so bad. If I sound like I'm doing a fucking Pepe Sylvia bit, kinda, yeah. Like, this is not even the first fucking time this come up. I did a video on why the old version of Ranger was so unbelievably bad. And this is an entirely new Ranger, and arguably it's worse. The only reason I say arguably is I think mechanically it is slightly better. Just completely soulless. So what I'm working on is my own personal hell, I guess. My own personal purgatory. Those are both of them get the point. Yeah, that's the thing. Fair enough. Just go look up. Can you look at Pepe Sylvia? Is that a thing? Pepe Sylvia. You look at Pepe Sylvia, you find the Always Sunny bit. You can do it. I found a PC I wanted. I'm working prepping my channel for the recording. Focus on shorts for a while with Rock Core. I'm gonna focus on shorts for a while with Rock Core gameplay. Okay. I've said before, but my genuine advice for starting a channel is just fucking do it. A lot of my problem in the past fucking year at this point was been putting too much effort. I think that may be the more succinct version of it. You are going to make a lot of mistakes in most of it, like in how you get set up, what mic you use, how you set up your mic, everything. The one mistake you should avoid more actively is taking too long to get shit done. Because with every other mistake, you can make it, you can look at it, and you can go, damn, that shit sucked. I should change that. And you can change it so it's different the next time. If it takes too long, and I mean like you take too long and you don't cut your losses and just fucking either ship it anyways or cut it and start a new thing, it could be its own problem. But if you take too long, like what I've done, and post a thing like a year later, it's like, damn, that took too long. You're only going to learn that a year later. But aside from that, I will honestly withhold any other real advice because, fuck, I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I don't know in your case in particular, rather. Let's go. The minimum amount of effort my wife has progressed both physical and mental point. Actual work. Or stay to walk and think about content. Chief, I'll be honest. Even that would be fucking more than I can manage most of the time because both life and heroic amounts of ADHD. I think maybe it's another thing I want to say first. Don't lock in and pump out content. That is one side of it. There is so much just to practice with it. Don't get so locked in and focused on, oh, I need to like do this and like figure it out and get it good. So it feels like it'd be very easy for it to be like quicksand almost. Right? I don't know what words for it. But, maybe that's a good way of framing it, though. If that is the time you can dedicate, seriously, to a hobby, that is the good framework for it. Like, cool, do that. Record it. Record it. See if you can like, spend that time fiddling around and messing around with editing software. And then with like, oh, this is a fun thing. This is cool and fun. I want to do this for fun. That will, I think, get you a lot further than some end goal, right? Especially, God, I'm doing that thing. I think I consider a lot of other. It's very easy for other content creators to do. I was just cracking my fucking mug. Sorry, but not remembering how it started, if that makes sense, like what it started. There's a reason because I actually did have some experience with Premiere, but even just figuring out and getting comfortable with the basic controls of an editing software. Like being able to take footage, like open up a software, start a save, start a project, put the footage in, like cut it down to size, add text to it, and then exporting as a video. That is something that I take for granted. I'd like to see Angela Kane come from it. Always been a dream. That is, again, that's a very good mindset you have. I am still doing this because I enjoy it. And that's a very, 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 very important thing to consider. If you're gonna fucking sell your heart and soul to from a fucking hobby, at least wait till you're actually making money on it. God damn. Alright? Alright, because if you don't enjoy it, oh, that's hell. That suddenly the dream job has become your own personal hell in many ways. And that's why my advice is like, yeah, if you're considering doing it, just fucking start doing it. Do it, figure out. Because one of the many things you gotta sort of get used to and learn while you're doing it is, do I actually enjoy this? Or is it fun in theory? Right? Would I have way more fun if I instead just fucking got on, like, different game discords and found, like, random groups to play games with online? Right? Because you can do that. You can play multiplayer games with basically strangers. And I go, maybe that's better. Oh, also don't shut the fuck up. Kind of a hard pivot there, but like, this is advice not as a thing I do per se, but a thing I have noticed while looking into other small content creators. Do not shut the fuck up. Right? So often I will go look at a small content creator, like find one, like, oh, they look kind of cool. I wonder what their stuff is like. And then I will start watching their stuff. And I will like flick through the stream. And it is difficult for me to find them talking. Like I will like jump around. I'll like jump like a couple times and I'll like look for like a couple of prolonged seconds at different points in the video. And I just can't find anything. Right? And my immediate thought for myself, I was like, well, you know, you're only jumping around. Maybe you missed the spots. Like, cool, if you're not talking for more than half of the stream, things had better be really exciting going on the fucking game or whatever you're playing. Or what the hell? Like Mass Shia, he's the meta right now. I think 23-hour gameplay day. I do my best to get to really cool moment for you on stream. Yeah, that tone is entirely on my end, by the way. I said that very, like, I don't know what the tone would have been. That's because I feel like, yeah, it does sound like a good idea. I really should be doing that. I've been meaning to do that for literally years. I just never get around to it. I think, yeah, starting out with... Actually, I think you might even have, in that particular way, an easier time of it. Because you're saying like, just like you want to do streaming and shorts and clips related to the streams. That's way easier than doing streaming and also other unrelated videos at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think you have the more direct path ahead. You have a direct path ahead of you. I don't know if I doubt it would be necessarily an easier one, per se. In terms of, like, hesitant to, like, what I am trying not to say, oh, I have an easier path, because I don't know. But it is a simple path. Possibly because you're just starting out, and I've, you know, been doing this for years. But just play a game and stream yourself doing it. Hell, even just record yourself doing it. Right? And then look it over. Watch it over with an editing software and go, cool. What bits of this are clippable? No, more complicated than anticipated. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why my first advice is, yeah, just fucking do it and then make it better and then good later. Don't try and make the streams good now, because that is a million things you need to deal with then. Right? Like, in a fucked up way. I mean, like, the spider aesthetic right here. Like, fucking... Oh god, I need to find my fucking avatar. Hang on. Here. Can I not grab him? He's fucking locked. This guy, right here. This dude. I just have Control Z on my laptop. God damn it. That's not good. Yeah, that thing, all that, that's, like, branding. It's all built-in clip and recording software. Alright. Like, I have no idea. Like, yeah, give it a whirl. Right? I have no words of, like, encouragement, or, like, I have words of encouragement, like, I have no words of concern, because even if it turns out, like, oh, actually, that software is a dead end, or, oh, it's actually very bad, like, unless this thing is, like, a horrifying security risk because NVIDIA is, like, horrifyingly taking control of, like, your computer from it, you're fine. Alright? You're starting small, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Something similar. Can also have fire? For a bit. Ah, yes, absolutely. I have... Didn't you know? I have sole copyright, trademark, and divine right to any sort of animal-themed mascot. Right? All of it. Every single one. No, you're fine. I'd be honored in many ways. Right? Like, whatever you use to make it talk. I think you can actually be able to see it. I don't know if you can actually see. Yes, you actually can. I think in the. I think it's actually off screen. I actually do need to fucking fuck around with the avatar. Here we go. I use VedTube Mini. Oh, you can see my mouse. Excellent. VedTube Mini 1.4 specifically, or VidTube Mini. My bad. It is a software. You download it. I think I actually got a fucking. I don't even know where the fuck I got this. You can mess with it. Your basic settings. I guess it turned into a very rough Veto Tube tutorial. You have your mic settings, you have the sensitivity and the delay. That's set very high. You have the other folder stuff. I'm sure you can manage. I'm not going to hover over this just in case. You set one image for when you're closed and not talking, one for when it's opened. Veto Tube Mini. VEADOTUBE space mini. I don't fucking know. I'm actually hovering over it. I think you should be able to see the text. I don't. Actually, wait a minute. I can fucking. Hang on. And check something real quick. Hang on. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I wasn't gonna fucking. Background blue. There we go. You can't even see that. There we go. Yeah. Veto Tube Mini. VEADOTUBE space MINI space 1.4 by Olemu. Choose. You will also need a color key. It's fine. You pick one image for closed mouth, one image for open mouth, and you can even then set the you can set an animation for whether you're closed or talking. Like I have set to not static while not talking, having no transition, and then shaking while I'm talking. You can also have it set to vibrating or vibing. Very, very slow. And it's like bouncing when I'm quiet. Right, that's why I'm using it. It's very easy. You can also set different keybinds in different states, which are literally just you say, cool, create a state, and then you do the same thing for it. And you just have it set up like that. That's the point where you might want to consider like getting the separate like little mini keyboards, but I fucking don't. There you go. Put our guy back where he belongs. You're playing it? No worries. So much of me starting and doing content creation stuff has been me going, how the fuck do I do anything? And honestly, the Veto Tube Mini thing, that's a bit that I actually saw somewhere else. I don't remember where. Like I saw it multiple times. But like, it's not that it's necessarily hard. It's that so much of doing it, it's hard to find information on and hard to figure out, okay, what is the actual method? So everyone getting started, don't worry, that doesn't change. I said, don't worry. I mean, it won't be a surprise at least. This is also why I said, and I've said repeatedly, and I will continue to say, just fucking start. It doesn't need to be good, it doesn't need to be fucking anything. Just, if you can figure out how to record gameplay and then put it on the YouTube. Yeah! Let's go. Because once you can do that better. And then if you just keep doing that loop of doing it better, eventually it'll be good. Hooray! All these getting started streaming videos are fucking useless. The worst thing is I don't even know if that's true. There's a lot of useless ones. It's not an original fucking take, but the idea of, it's not that information isn't out there, it's not that it's repressed, is that there's a bunch of other bullshit you don't need. Right? It's just garbage. Yeah, not just garbage. There's a lot of garbage. And that makes finding the bits that aren't garbage really difficult. It's also why slop content, not just AI slop, but like the churning mill of content is so prevalent. It's not because people necessarily like it, like even close to much any other stuff. It's that it's all really easy, and it means they can make a lot more of it. Alright? All the sponsored bullshit. You think most of it's sponsored? Fuck no. Like, I would be able to put out so much more content if I didn't give a shit if it was any good. Right? It doesn't matter if I was actually getting paid for it, because I'm not getting paid for it now. Like, you can get so much fucking shit out there. If anything, I think the sponsored stuff stands out more because it's just easier when you can, or it's more memorable. That's the thing. It's more memorable when you go like, oh my god, this shit has like someone's name on it. Or it's like not necessarily sponsored per se, but it's like a scam. Maybe that's a more accurate thing. Things that are sponsored by shady companies and shady shit like that, as shit gets lower and lower quality, the sponsors they're willing to take are more and more. Or rather, the sponsors they're willing to take them are less and less. I think the end of it is, no, it's not that there's usually more sponsored stuff or more any of that stuff. It's just that it's easier to make shit, and a lot of shit, if you don't care if that shit's any good. Right? Like, if I had no shame and wanted to try and convince you that I could sing and make music, it'd be way easier if I didn't actually care if I could actually sing or make music. Like, I could start singing saying words and sounds in a vaguely musically adjacent way. I'd be like, that's good enough. Ship it. And that's the head. That's not the headspace you gotta have. You need to have an adjacent headspace of building, not snake oiling. If that makes sense. Why can I now not fucking hear anything? What the hell happened to my fucking computer when I was fiddling around because I can't hear anything right now? You see it's Premiere. It is Premiere. Oh, it's fine. It just we was like having a little giggle, it was having a laugh. Yep. Hmm. Let me try this one. There. Closer. Huh. Let's try this, because if we don't already know, it's not going to be good. What the fuck? Huh. See, there's an idea. Hmm. Oh? Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, that actually worked. I've been trying to get like 2 bits of like voiceover to line up exactly right. It's like, oh, this really sucks. It's like, oh, it's so obvious. And then I got it to line up just so. Can't hear it anymore. Completely gone immediately. Okay, so that bit. Oh shit, I actually need that stuff. Actually. This is the problem with it's the double-edged sword. Like, do I spend more time making sure that I have a good like cut and making sure I know where that cut is, or do I take less time doing voiceover and spend more time on the audio edit?
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
I need to find a glass effect. Increase by 1,000,000%. That was a good choice. Good to hear. I mean, it's a classic for a reason, right? Relaxing, hell yeah. There. Huh. Way more Skyrim. I don't know what you would do. Honestly, what would be your thoughts on like the other Elder Scrolls games? I know Oblivion got a remaster. I know Morrowind exists. Elder Scrolls 5 on down. Hell yeah. I figured it'd be no experience, but also it would still be the same kind of game in many ways. And if it wasn't, it'd be interesting to see that. You can play running games, 3% around any single game. Yeah. I will say that is very clearly perhaps not optimal, or at the very least, spending a lot of time on not specific games is not optimal. There are many, many streamers that will do a menagerie of games, but typically if they do, they will then make, if they make a video on it, they will make a video. And that will, like, cool, all of their, like, fucking Peggle streams that are relevant, at least. Or at the very least, if they do, they'll still, like, do, like, more streams, like, cool, here's the video of multiple streams. Because I did a fucking, like, slim down stream kind of style, and I got fucking 5 views. Are you right of full on commit to the bit for the long term? Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? I know Martin Pants did like a Skyblock series, but also a lot of channels have like long form stuff. So I think, I think the real answer might be, it's a creative venture, mate. Like there's not necessarily going to be a right answer, and even if there is, that's only until someone proves they can do something else. The internal monologue goes hard. You mean from... Do you mean Martensino pantses? What do you mean my stuff? Just my thoughts on streaming in general. Debate with myself constantly. Say that shit out loud. I said before, but do not shut the fuck up. Do not shut the fuck up ever. Again, like I have gone looking for smaller streamers, and I cannot for the life of me figure out what the fuck their vibe is, because I'm like, what the fuck? Say something. Do something. Why am I here? If you are not saying words, if you're not running your mouth, you are the exact same as every other motherfucker not running their mouth. If I sound a lot more animated about this and I do other things, it's because this is like one of very, 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 very clear bit of advice I can give. Because, oh my god, I've seen it everywhere and also is so important. From the outside. The fact that I can give this advice, because I've seen it from other streamers, is a lot more potent, I think. Right. Unless your vibe is specifically going to be, like, quiet and calm. Like, you can make that work. But even still, like, you gotta talk sometimes. Goddamn. I feel like then you do need to have just, like, a higher base level of... Like, quality is the word, but I mean quality in, like, mic setup and shit like that. Right? Even that's not relevant. Yeah, that you can just ramble, you keep a conversation with anyone. Any point? Yeah! That's a lot of the point of streaming, right? It's also part of why I say, like, I always say, like, you gotta just do it. Because if you don't enjoy a lot of things about it, like the talking and the constantly running your mouth and the saying words, even if it's not necessarily to anyone in particular, that you gotta enjoy that shit. It is one or like 3 steps back from being like, oh no, I think everyone should at least spend some time streaming to an empty, like, stream. Because I do not think that's actually a thing someone needs to do. I really don't. I'm not of that, like, you know, people gotta fail on their own necessarily kind of way. It's helpful for its own reasons. Complicated thing. Don't worry about it. It's not getting into specifics or super clear train of thought. But if you do that, you will know, like, you can get good and comfortable with, like, cool, do I enjoy playing games more, at least sometimes, if I am running my mouth? So, my PC's a monster, accessories, I buy at Best Buy money to blow in less than a month. Step 1, start streaming and realize if, like, your mic setup is bad. Or don't. I know my mic setup is still... I still struggle with my fucking mic. I'm still mad about it. I want to fucking throw my mic into a wall. But, like, genuinely stream and figure out if your mic... Or even just record. Right? Open a game. Start playing it. But record your voiceover and act as if it is a stream. Right? Put a fan on, do all that stuff. Figure out where your mic fails. Because you will need to work on it and tweak it. And to fiddle with it. I hope so, at least, because I've had to fucking do that shit. Also, if you have the money, like, again, like I mentioned before, like one of those little, like, side keyboards that I swear I knew the name of and I've said before on stream, but I don't remember the life of me. So you can have, like, more buttons. For example, like, my up arrow is that, right? I almost did the thing I did before. Steam Deck? No, not Steam Deck. Steam Deck is its own thing. Yeah, not the Steam Deck. The Stream Deck, maybe? Yes. A stream deck is what you want. Very good, very helpful in many ways because having buttons. And they ain't cheap. Yeah. Well, I don't have one yet. Second monitor Discord. Yes! I hadn't even considered that because it was so. I'm so used to having two monitors. He has a second monitor. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, honestly, maybe a third monitor. Right? Like. Genuinely, I hadn't even considered that because I was thinking more like in the framework of like, what are the things I would have been thinking about getting? Because, you know, it's an easier framework for my brain to pull from. But yeah, no, second monitor. I use my second monitor all the fucking time. Damn near I would consider a necessity. My bad was leading you astray. That's on you. If you want to figure out which one you want to do. I am greedy. I have very good monitors, but not necessarily a good thing. Oh, pretty more. Okay. No, 27-inch. Yeah. Hmm. Something curve screen like first remember that. Yeah, that's like very excessive for like a really a side monitor. No, so finally, logic fixed. Hell yeah! It doesn't make cousins so finally upgraded. Grab a hell of a bottleneck. Yeah. Not. But good you upgrade. Well, good that you upgrade. I've heard for a while. For now. Word good. Hmm. Ooh. I think I know more about computers because I stream, but I really don't. It sounds good though. Nice crisp build. Nice. Oh no. It, PC working 50,000. Having certain upgrades like water cooling. Yeah. How much do you really need water cooling on like a modern computer? How hard are you running it where it need like the bottleneck is cooling? Whatever. Correct. I don't know what the fucking background is at this point. It is fighting me. I'm not turn on the background. Okay. Hooray! The first paragraph of the script is done. That was also become an long one, so that hopefully is not important things to come. We shall see. How is it? 2 hours, man. About 50 minutes. I should probably try to speed that bit up. At least like register it. Like it registers like that's a chunk of the fucking voiceover time. Because with some of the Matara Kit Bash, it did not. I was editing videos. I was like a whole bunch. I was like, okay, good. I got a bunch down. I would look back like I've done nothing. This does not register as anything being done. Okay, yeah, the immediate next section, and it's like, oh, this is just, I can just listen to a minute of voiceover and be like, yeah, it's good. Should I just actually go ahead? I mean, yeah, I'm sort of surprised that I just kept going and didn't like re-record a line, but also like the line read is good, so. That's good, it's good. I don't even know if it was good though. My logic was, hey, if it's not good, I can go, if it's really not good, I can just go back and re-record that line later. And you know, it's working. There we go. It's hard to judge like the timing of shit without listening to a whole bunch of it. But make sure not finished it. That leads me out what it's supposed to. Actually, finish off the voice. Yeah, I think it's much shorter actually. It's so fucking hard to tell if the gap is good or not. I'll listen to only a little bit of it. Greetings, Sandman. Welcome. Doing video editing right now, and as ever, it's kind of honestly not. I can't say it's beating my ass very much. The first bit was beating my ass, but then I, started doing better. Re-editing. Voiceover for the changes to Ranger and D&D 5.5 video. It's Ranger. Short answer. Fucking nuclear war zone. It's not good. And that's the guy playing Ranger then. I've already done a video on why. I think the video is literally called WotC has no respect for Ranger, so why should I? WotC, the company that owns D&D. This is from old Ranger. This is from the one in 5.0, and it's gotten worse. In the video, I mentioned revised Ranger. It's like if Ranger actually fucking committed to what it fucking said it would be, and didn't just, like, tell you it was gonna do cool Ranger shit, and then not. If like find that video, like it's on my channel, or just go look for Revised Ranger. It's Unearthed Arcana. The Wikidot version of the D&D wiki has it. It's just Ranger but good. That's the thing. That's the problem. Because people will look and be like, "Oh yeah, Ranger's cool. Like I think that is thematically good, and that's the kind of character I want to play." Go really watch the fucking video then, and because like Ranger promises a lot, and then it doesn't. That's the worst part. That's the worst in the video. I say that's the worst part because the worst part about Revised Ranger. Revised Ranger isn't homebrew. Revised Ranger is official Unearthed Arcana playtest material from Wizards of the Coast. Why don't they use it? I don't know! Okay, that's a lie. I think about things too much to not know. I would assume, as a man who's never will play Ranger himself, that's fair. I've played Revised Ranger. It's not for me, still. But there's a difference between this class is not a thing for me, and this class doesn't fucking have features. And actually, you'd be better off playing a different class so unbelievably badly just to do all this shit. Garvin Paladin? Hell yeah, Paladin. The other half-casters. Part of the reason why I hate the update to Rangers is, while it is technically probably maybe mechanically better, because holy shit, the old one didn't do literally anything, it now makes it possible to build Paladin shittily enough that it just gets everything Ranger does. Like advantage on attacks, Hunter's Mark, Animal Companion, the works. Everything. Immensely. Yeah, it happens. Why half-casters exist? Why Eldritch Knight exist. But regardless, the reason I think that they cut Ranger's shit is because Revised Ranger still uses a lot of favored enemy. Now, they make it so that your favorite enemy is actually a thing you're better against and not a thing you are thematically and theoretically better against, but you have no real mechanical advantage over. And the favored terrain bit was focused on did stuff with like difficult terrain, which is really cool and fits Ranger really well. Like using your environment to your advantage, feeling fast in your home turf without just getting more speed like monks and rogues do. But my guess is there anything sounds cool. It does sound cool. It sounds so cool, but they don't deliver. It sounds like a cool thing. So people go to Ranger because it sounds like it'll do a cool thing. Like how, I'm just reiterating the fucking video I made on it. It sounds like, oh wow, barbarians are really tanky, like unbelievably tanky? That's cool, I don't play that. Or, wow, paladins can fucking smite the shit out of things and blow them up with divine light? Yeah, that sounds cool as hell. Ranger like, oh, you get to be like a specialist and like hunt your foes and like know the terrain. That sounds cool. And then it just doesn't. It's like if you looked at Barbarian and it was like, yeah, you take 1 less damage against unarmed strikes. You can brawl it out like a tavern brawl or something. It's like, cool, it's not how we fucking play D&D though. What the fuck are you talking about? Or it's like, yeah, Paladin smite enemy with divine light. You can make your weapons glow. It's like, glowing's not the exciting part, you motherfuckers. And that's what Ranger was. And even though Revised Ranger fixed that, it still had the thing of, you do need to fight your favorite enemy, which is the point. Like, it can be a niche class, and then it dealt with difficult terrain, which is a thing that's underused in many campaigns. Because difficult terrain is not like, oh, wow, this is like a thing I need to exert myself to get over. It's, no, any kind of terrain that you could not pass at your, like, max speed while doing something else. The kind of terrain where you could not be firing a bow and looking at an enemy while walking over it as fast as you could while firing a bow. Right, if you go any faster, you cannot be doing something else just by the speed you are going. You could be going on perfectly flat ground. Or thin ice. like I'm talking even like cables on the ground. Not like, oh yeah, there's a coil of cables, but like, oh, there's like a couple boxes in the way. You need to physically look at the ground to see where you're going. Right? Like anything, like if sprinting over it would require you to slow down. Maybe one thing that may or may not even appear some kind of bullshit. It's not even just one thing that may or may not appear. It's one thing that may or may not appear. And if it does, it doesn't do anything. It's like having a fucking like big red button. It's like, okay, cool. Only under specific circumstances can you hit the big red button. And it's like, oh my god, finally I get to the big red button. You hit the button, and it makes like a whoopee cushion sound. Or like it makes the sound like clapping. This is a draconic creature. It has a breath weapon. Wow, no shit! Pick an enemy as our favorite enemy till the next long rest. Did that to reward scouting. Ranger should do more scouting. That's one way of doing it. Right? That'd be a way of handling the favorite enemy thing. Unfortunately, it does mean that you need to... With Revised Ranger. Right? Like, you could do that with Basic Ranger and still get nothing from it because their features are bullshit. With Revised Ranger, when I tell you they feel like the guy to call for a certain job, I mean, at level 6, you pick your greater favorite enemy. It's like fiends, so like dragons, the big motherfuckers. Plus 4 damage to them across the board all the time. And advantage on saving throws against their spells and features. AKA fucking everything. Plus 4 is the highest damage bonus Barbarian ever gets. Like, the best thing is to give time for them to research the enemy anyways. Right, it's not a bad way of handling it. That's an important thing to understand about my now expertise on how dogshit Ranger is. It does not extend very far past Ranger getting good. Like, if Ranger ever gets better, my expertise starts falling to shrapnel immediately, because I am an expert and I've spent so much time figuring out ways to articulate how dogshit it is. Like the fact that, like, oh yeah, cool. In 5.5, the only thing stopping Warlocks from just doing everything Ranger does with but better, because Hex is an upgrade to fucking Hunter's Mark, is the fact that Pact of the Blade specifies you can only make melee weapons. However, if Warlocks could make ranged weapons with it, they never fucking would, because it's just worse than using Eldritch Blast. And if you're already going to be casting Hex or Hunter's Mark anyways, spells are clearly not a concern. Yeah, but minions are typically a similar creature type, and even then, you can just be like, cool, can someone else deal with the shitty enemies while I, the main character, handle the important job? Like, there are problems inherent to favored enemy. It's actually, I think, the thing they're doing with... The one gripe I had with how they handled Druid, I think is a similar thing of there are some issues, quote-unquote, issues that come up with Wild Shape that WotC wanted to, like, distance themselves from or fix, and it sucks. But at least with the Wild Shape changes, you could just, like, ignore some lines of text. Ranger, it is all the way down to the foundation. It's, God, funny thing though, Baldur's Gate had to make their own version of Ranger from the ground up. Also sucks, I don't like it. 3 out of 3 Rangers suck dick, and I don't think that they're bad. No, they don't suck dick, actually, because at least if they suck dick, they'd be able to accomplish something. Trying to homebrew the classes, campaign to modify them to assist the team. Fair enough. I feel like I almost hazard like one against that, because it feels like it'd be very easy to just try and end up off the rails. Because in theory, the classes and the rules that govern them are set up so that things will be relatively balanced without needing to do that kind of babysitting. But also, I fucking love homebrew. So if you're gonna watch homebrew shit, even if it does not necessarily make things like more balanced or help them out, like necessarily, if it's fun for you and like fun for your players, like it's just fine. Go for it. Oh yeah. Mention the group. Oh yeah. I mean, when you homebrew their classes, do you present it as a, hey, here's an option you can take? Or do you say, here's how your class works now? I'd recommend not doing that latter one, you can tell by the tone. Also, I remember, if you think when your player said I was playing a monk, if they're not playing 5.5 monk, they should be playing 5.5 monk. Bonus thing on top? Yeah. Like, players will rarely turn down straight fucking upside. Like, even if I don't think most players, at least in my experience, would go out of their way to be like, hey, DM, can I use the Tasha's bonus rules? Because I'm not playing a fucking ranger, so I actually get bonus rules from Tasha's. But I also don't think they would turn down the option to, like, swap out their cantrips if you gave them it. Like, oh, yeah, by the way, if you want to do that, you just do it. It's like, oh, cool, thanks. I'll consider that. It is... Stone crafting, specialized ammo test, bullets with the elemental, edit, complement, setup. Ooh. Honestly, damage types is a really easy way to fuck around with homebrew. Just in general, because it so rarely matters. Honestly. Like, I'm gonna bet if you look at, like, actually, I'm gonna do that, because I think it'll be funny. The basic rules. D&D monsters. Not looking up, like, the many weird not weird rulings, weird monsters that come in later fucking versions. I had to look up source, basic rules, player handbook. I don't think it's making me that one. Monster manual, and dungeon master guide. Let me look up resistance types. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from magical weapons. None. What if we just say bludgeoning damage? Okay. We got ghosts. Actually, no, that's... Got melee damage types. Do you mean mundane? Or do you mean like up with elements and oils? Just put oils in weapons. Just put oils in your blades. Oh yeah. I think they added in a lot more of it in 5.5. So then look up Monster Manual 2014. Yep, nothing. Nothing immediately just evaporates. Oh. That's at least one good change to rules in 5.5 outside of their player character creation stuff. Adding more resistances and vulnerabilities. Weird that they added, like, the conditions right next to the damage. I guess it's not that bad. They have, like, a indicator. Wait, hang on. Why is the... Okay, no, it is the same thing. Acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, lightning, piercing, slashing, thunder, resistance, all from fucking specters. Immune to necrotic. What even damage types are left? 3 basic ones. And necrotic poison. Poison, acid, cold, fire, lightning. That's all the dragon ones. Plus, is that like psychic, force, radiant? Just to get socially with lawful evil character that clearly has no regard for life experiments, but I guess since he's a skill across, they can get things. Yeah, honestly, it's not a bad thing to have set up just like, as an interesting story beat. I'll be like, yeah, no, you can. There is something to be gained from working with bad people. Honestly, that could even be a really good setup for like essentially the thing that happens in a lot of D&D campaigns was normally kind of forced where it's like, oh no, bad thing happened. And like, oh no, bad thing happened to a character you care about. Where it's like, yeah, no, here's a character that is absolutely doing bad things. Signpost it clearly and make it even clearer up to a moment where it's like, yeah, no, they're doing horrifying human or animal experiments. If you introduce them to people or spend enough time with people, someone you care about might get fucking nabbed and turn into something. If you like find someone like a Genasi character, that's like, yeah, cool. They can get turned into like a really cool like an oil that lets you do fire damage and gives you plus like one thing, or like gives you like lets you do 1 extra damage against things that are resistant to fire or something, or like a familiar fucking do like a. It was in a cave with human and werewolf corpses around him. Ooh, werewolf corpses! Holy shit! I was saying this is the difference between like. It's not weird that players are chummy with an evil character. If you hadn't noticed, a lot of D&D parties kill a lot of motherfucking people. They kill so many people with very little regard. Oh, they did that shit? Oh, they did that shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. All you gotta do now, it very clearly has been eating human flesh, right? Here's my advice, my last piece of advice. Give them, they have walked up onto the gallows. They have stood underneath the fucking, like on top of the trap door, and they've been like, oh wow, this place seems really cool. You just need to give them like a small length of rope and set them up to hang themselves with. Because that's the tiniest bit, not the tiniest bit, like you could be like, cool, yeah, no. People have been going, like, if they have another NPC they care about, like, cool, yeah, no. Have them mention something, like, yeah, no, people have been going missing on my street, actually. Right? And then, if the players do nothing, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever, cool. There's no quest with the werewolves that people have been missing. Yes! You need to, what I'm saying is not like, oh, people go missing. Make it very clear that it is about to be someone they actually specifically care about. Right? And if their reaction then is, oh no, shit, we gotta do something, great, give them another signpost. Because Dean's about telling a good story. Right? If the story of, oh my god, we almost got our fucking friend killed, is a good story. That'll be fun to roleplay. Even if, yeah, they fucked it up. However, if the response is, we'll deal with that eventually. Sorry. Be like, yeah, cool. Yeah, there were clues. There would have been clues at least if you had bothered to check. But you invited in a person who's been eating people into town specifically so they wouldn't get caught. And then when you were told that this was going to be affecting an NPC you care about, you didn't do anything about it. And then shit happened. Then assuming if they do reply, oh god, no, we actually care about this one. Yeah, then should be like, yeah, no. It's basically you describe scenes the same way you did. A character that is actively on their vessel. It's a devil under contract who's not in service of the group as he's trying to finish the prior contract. Gotcha. Right, and that could be why they don't care about, like, yeah, there's a lawful evil person in town. Who cares? It's not our problem. I'm saying make it their problem. Right? like make it a thing that will personally hurt them, not directly necessarily. Like, he's gonna stab you, but more like, no, he is gonna independently fucking hurt someone you care about, right? And I'd be like, yeah, no, you've now made they have now made a problem for themselves, right? They have, like Sisyphus almost, rolled a boulder up a hill, and now they've let it start falling. You're like, okay, well, yeah, you've set a rock on a collision course with things that can very easily hit things you care about. What if it did, though? Back to a town, I'm gonna pick out one of the workers they know to vanish. That's why I'm specifying that you give them at least a bone, right? You have one of the characters they know and care about mention that people are going missing, right? And then, because that should tip them off to be like, it could be even more fun, even from the, like, they fucked up sense, to make them realize that it's coming, right? It's the difference between them getting hit by, from their perspective, at least, out of nowhere, and you being like, hey, guys, that car you sent spiraling down that hill is about to fucking crash into your favorite pizza joint. Behaving strange after getting a cursed corpse. Right? I don't know. I think I might be thinking about it from like an overly cautious position. Being a lesson? Goddamn. Like, I'm going to be concerned of, like, I don't know how much you've explained to them and how much of like a heads up they have. So my view is like, cool, yeah, give them from nothing, my perspective, a very, very clear thing of, hey, idiots, even if you don't do anything about this, I'm going to look at you later and be like, yeah, you went to go and investigate people going missing and found him in a cave full of the people who had gone missing. And then in the town you let him out inside of, people started going missing. He's a carpenter? Ugh. You're just there. I mean, you said they made him a disguise ring. And then invited him into town. And now he's that ring. Listen. It doesn't really matter if the bear was wild in town anyway. If you put him in a disguise and let him out somewhere else in town, hoping that no one is able to find out that it's a bear running around, you let the bear out in town. They realize he's faster on foot than they are in their vessel. Yeah, it's easy to not catch. It's less relevant that they realize, oh, that's a werewolf, and more that they realize or have very, very clear, even to that town despite everything. Really? How the hell did he do that then? Here's my question then. How did he do that? Well, let me know how he did that. Also, what level are the fucking players? Because if he's killing werewolves, it sounds like he might be too strong for most parties. So, Leshens, where... Okay, great other curse practice of different outputs. But basically, he's between being full, simply uncaring scientist. Okay, so not a werewolf, but like similar, but lower. Oh shit. I think mushing more. I don't know for a fact it's appropriating Native American shit. Like I think you're using that one with better. And you haven't used that one, no, to be clear. And the clarifying word was helpful. Okay. Okay, do they have like a... I think they look like they have... This is what I know about in... briefly in The Witcher, because I know one of them appears there. I know because that's where what most of the fucking things are that come up. They can like teleport in part of this practice, which yes does include rampant self-modification based on cannibals, no relation to the myth beyond that. Yeah, fair. But correct. Like I still again Lush I think is more you were using it good before, don't worry about it. Any more emphasis would just make it feel weirder and worse than it is. Yeah, like my immediate thought was like, oh cool, so he got back to town because it's a game and it can just be that way sometimes, either because it makes more sense from a narrative or design, like a gameplay sense, or it's just you didn't fucking want to figure out how fast he should be able to move, so you're like, yeah, he's just there. Yeah. As long as either your players do catch on and be like, oh yeah, that seems kind of weird, and then either do something about it or don't do anything about it, but actively. Or you can go like, yeah, people were going, he was at the place where people were going missing. People then started going missing. And you didn't put together that that was the same kind of thing? Damn. That's rough, buddy. Prime, being a properly fed fellow, allows him to use a far broader range of magic, manipulation, prevent death, starvation, energy. Gotcha. Never thought how to power skill the werewolf with the fact that there are 3 and they're known to be strong. Just to be a hint that this guy's gonna be a problem at some point. Right? That's what, listen, when I say that is a fair thing, like not bother necessarily checking. You said there were 3 werewolves? That would be considered a medium level encounter. For a level, what would that be? 9 party, so 4 characters at level 9. Like one werewolf is supposed to be a manageable, like medium level encounter for one werewolf is 4 level 3 characters. Level 7. Oh, honestly, we just do D&D. See on a calculator. I don't know fucking how to actually do like the different sizes or scales. How many players are there? Oh, there's 6. Okay, yeah, that's. shit, right. Number of monsters. 3, 3. Okay, okay. Oh, it's XP, not CR. Five, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, so a medium difficulty encounter. Yeah. So even if we just say, if we say that'd be 1 CR minus, say difficulty. Yeah, even if he was relatively like 2 challenge rating higher than that encounter, it would still be a difficult, but still like not deadly encounter. Though CR is more a guideline than a hard rule, if it can be called a rule, or even a guideline. Yep, I was thinking, ooh. Just fucking grab that. Come here, please. With that, it wasn't fucking connected. God damn it. Is suck. I didn't work on this last end. Is there somewhere else that I should be calling this slump for now? Okay. Like fake out TBKs can be kind of risky, but so we're going with it. I'm dying due to me making something bad. There's an opportunity to save the character. Okay. That can work. Okay. It's like a backup for that. I think my typical advice, or strategy for that is just be like, oh shit, my fucking bad. That was way harder than I meant it to be. But I also know that the idea of, especially when you're new, having that backup can be reassuring. That wasn't honestly a bad idea. Mm. Oh? No, I'm fucking thinking weird. Okay. Hmm. Very heavily world. Ooh. Group of varying character probably don't have favorite gods, so instead the collective tragedy difference drags them to a realm of strange place, quiet for a moment. Have taken very heavily. Different world things with portals. Tragedy making one or fit an excuse. Found it fitting to see how random they are. Alright. That was cool as I was saying, but also far enough outside of any established canon that I could know about. Like D&D, like Faerun in general. Okay. Do you know what the slump is? I do not. What you got cooking up? It appears to explain why it's tragic. Give me the brief summary. I'm probably ending stream in a minute. Unfortunately, sorry. Place where people who died in avoidable and terrible ways end up. For the most part, anyway, strong emotions can be frustrate people there. Constant near death. Okay. Running thing where players can get a reference used, making something they can get. Observation. Honestly, pretty cool. Neat way of like adding in. You can see it's spotted. It's a convenient way of. A clever way or a fun way of adding in like a reason to get or a way to get inspiration die. U.S. Kennedy. Yeah. I don't know. Not exactly what references people will get. Like things they have in their general consciousness. I'm assuming you mean Leon S. Kennedy. Like Resident Evil. Didn't get the reaction I expected. Yeah. Being the only person who has it means I don't have to hand out those dice. Fair. The unfortunate side of doing something like that. I know they're balance breaking and confusing off. I kind of point was to get that at a spot. Inspiration types aren't that bad. Like there's advantage on stuff, and you can only have one at a time. There gonna be any action, but only one die of inspiration per. Come back to me with crappy things. Yeah, like that's just how that's just inspiration in general. I think it's also a good thing in general, and especially good if you're a new DM. If you're balancing encounters on the assumption that rolling good is not a thing they could possibly do, or if the players roll good is a terrifying campaign derailing disaster, maybe don't let them roll for that, right? Maybe that's a thing that is too difficult for them just to do. Or maybe you need to, like, change things up to make them a little bit more robust. Or just account for that possibility. Be like, okay, cool. If they roll good, what's the trajectory at least, right? Where do we land here? Even if it's going to be rough, where is this going to go? I kind of overplaying a hand with it. Wait, no, overdo it with multiple ones per. They reasonably at 20 can no longer make happen. Here's a fun fact. For one thing, you can just tell players, no, you can't do that, because if that was a thing you could just do, someone would have done it first. But also, nat 20s are only guaranteed success on attacks. Crit skills, crit saves, those aren't real. Those are homebrew. Right? It's a critical hit, not a critical success. Typically, a nat 20 is going to be a success because Baldur's Gate's not D&D. I mean, it is D&D, but it's not like Player Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, tabletop D&D. It is made for the game. There's 12 levels in it, for God's sake. Right? It's not a 1-to-1. They had to make changes. There's also the fact, you go to say, like, yeah, Baldur's Gate, the ultimate railroad, right? You cannot leave the game world. Like you will go from Act 1 through the things. Like, the locations are set. Yeah, you can have a lot of variance if you want to be good or evil, but the conflict you're involved in is the same. This is fine. This is good even. A lot of campaign books do this, and it makes sense because people are buying into it. Yeah, generally the thing is like, yeah, if a nat 20 can't do it, then you probably just couldn't do it, right? Because even taking, like, a low roll, not a nat 1, but like a 5, right? That is still... I don't know how many of the books would be. Yeah, fair. Like, let's say, okay, cool, you need a 5. That is still better than 20%, I think? Like, that's still better than 20% of rolls. And yet, that is 15 off? Right? That is a difference of a plus 15 modifier? Like, the most stupid, dipshit, dumbass high modifier is possible to get at, like, level 17 with specifically characters that are meant for that is, like, 17. Right? The variance of a D20 is higher than any fucking modifier players could get. But they didn't even know D20s guarantee things. Because they... Yeah, that's fine. They don't necessarily. And yeah, they don't know get nat 20s or crits. Also, you can just tell them, like, yeah, they're just not guaranteed. Right? That's the thing. In most D&D, a difficulty check of 20 is fucking brutal. Right? That is rough. That is tough as hell. Even a good character, right? Let's put it this way. A character with plus 5, the mortal limit in terms of raw ability, and a plus 4 modifier, which is a high modifier. You need to be like, what? I just don't know the modifiers by heart. But you need to be plus level 9. At minimum, level 9 character with a plus 5 in the relevant skill and proficiency in the skill. That's plus 9 to the check. They will get a DC 20 half the time. A 50-50 for a level 9 to level 12 character who is as good as they can be with, like, expertise or something. Yeah, DC 30. Yeah, with a plus 4, you literally can't do it. Right? Like, the DMG actually has a guideline for difficulty checks. And it's like, 25 is, like 20 is, like, really hard, like, hard. 30 is nearly impossible. There is not a difficulty check above 30, because if there would be, don't have them roll for it. That is not a thing it is possible to do. That's like asking if I make an athletics check high enough, can I jump the Grand Canyon long ways? Can I just jump the length of the Grand Canyon? Whatever the most ridiculous long as shit distance you could measure the Grand Canyon. I want to jump from, like, that one. That's the one I want to jump, like, long ways. Like that one. No! No number you could roll will let you do that. Hey, if I make a sleight of hand check high enough, can I steal the sun from God? Like, just, like, standing in a random field. Like, not, like, in the God's court or anything. Not even, like, anything. Like, no, like, I just, like, steal the sun right out of this goddamn sky. Right? If it's above 30, it is impossible. Now, there are ways to build a character to where a DC 30 check is not actually that unfeasible. You add expertise, then you're looking at, cool, the max a player can get with just their stats alone is plus 17. already you're above half. Whoops. Like, what it takes to get a 50-50 on a DC 30 for an expertise character is... total modifier? Hey, wait a minute, that might be bullshit. Am I stupid? I'm stupid. For some reason I was thinking fucking 15 was half of 20. It's not. Of 30. Yeah, like... That is still, though. Like, a 13. Right? That is a 65% failure rate in that case. Because you need to get at least that... No, shit, I fucked it up. You have a 40% chance, I think, roundabout, of success if you are just a max level character with expertise. Then you add on things like guidance and bardic inspiration. Actually, let's do that. Output. Highest one of 2d20. Let me make sure that one's actually working the way I think it does. Yep. Plus 5, plus 6, plus 6, plus d4 for guidance, plus what's Bard's bonus at that point. Yeah, still my first game. I'm doing good. Kind of good. The only hiccup was still the monster random gain encounter and then basing something off high rolls, but since one of those made it, yeah, I don't think I'm doing too bad. I mean, after the roll was great fun, what I heard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, if the players are having fun, you did it. Congrats. Alright. It's a thing that it is... Yeah, I've seen it from both sides of the table multiple times, but, like, what is fun for players and what feels tough or what feels fair for players, across the board, it's different, right? Like, we had to talk, I think, before, like, yeah, if all of the party's getting knocked to half health, you as the DM might be like, damn, I only knocked him down to half health. That's not very good. The players are like, holy shit, that thing like, got all of us closer to dead than not. Let's go to D12. D12. I want to fucking cry. I want to go home. Is that wrong? Tell me that's wrong. Damn. Damn, no, that's not wrong. That math is correct. Empty clay deposits? But fucking apparently. It takes literally like 20 minutes, I think. But yeah, you can empty clay deposits. But yeah. Do you want to guess? I did a calculation. I used any dice. Very good. The math is D20 roll. With advantage, so help action. We're talking about a character with expertise in the given skill, and +5 in the specific skill. A bard with a bardic inspiration, they're high enough level to give D12, and a cleric or the bard casting guidance, right? This is not an insane situation, right? We can say a rogue is trying to use sleight of hand to pick a lock, and the bard and cleric are also in the party. Not weird for... Or just there's a bard in the party with guidance, and they are helping the rogue out. Do you want to know what the average roll is? Average. Like the typical one Reminder that the average roll for
Oh.
a d20 with advantage is 13.8. You know what it is for all this bullshit? Like 25 at least? Well, at least isn't wrong. It's 39.8. 39.8. Like 40. Right? Odds of getting at least 40. 54%. You have like a 4% chance of getting 50 or better. I was not asking this for you, right? I mean, yeah. For one thing, apparently, wait, hang on. It's 12, 17, 18. I mean, yeah, literally the lowest you can roll. If you rolled 1 on everything is 20. Because you're just rolling so many fucking dice. You know, with a low of 20, in order to get to critical failure range, right? So the 95%, right? 95% of the time you roll a d20, you will not hit a 1. 30. Just because math, you will need to get below or technically just barely above. Actually, we can say, what are the odds of getting at most? Yeah, no. 5.28%. You get 29 or lower. Barely higher than other characters getting a fucking 1 on a dice is getting less than 30. D&D can get kind of weird with numbers. Turns out, trying to abstract all of reality and all of options into numbers is a little bit tricky. Not the same, but similar kind of problem as, like, why do commoners die to, like, mosquito bites? Or, like, a particularly aggressive rabbit, like, bites a commoner's foot too hard? Like, God forbid, 2 or even 3 rabbits? They're fucked. They're dead. Give them like 10 seconds. That's gonna kill that fucker flat out. There's a cleric. Here's the thing, right? Even if we cut away like the dice modifiers. Yeah. 50-50, like, or rather, odds of getting at least, 51%. 32. A high-level rogue or bard has a better than 50% chance, actually, in particular, like a 2/3 chance of getting at least a 30. Because math. You cannot have characters whose job it is to be a skill monkey, or like to have high skill checks, without those skills just getting crazy. However, this is fine. This is why the max is 30, right? Because anything higher than 30 is just impossible. The benefit of getting really high numbers like this is that you can do dumb shit, right? You do this because the alternative, I mean, it's like, cool, advantage 1d6 plus 4 plus 6, not expertise. Your max is 30 now, right? Even with advantage, like, you have a, like, 10% chance of hitting 30, whereas the rogue has a 2/3 chance of hitting at least 30. Yes, you could hit the big high number. That dickhead's way more likely to. You don't need to have DCs up to 40, because it's bullshit. Also, this goes, like, triple if you have, like, a flat skill. Like, I wonder if there's groups 2 favorite characters are a man, Lori Nate, after he's gotten. I thought 2 seconds. That's always how it works. Always, without fail. Don't worry about it. Okay. Isn't like a massive amount of the script edited? You just don't have to flip up. What is it? We're working on Sunken City, Fishman Surface City. Come right now. Hell yeah. Cool as hell. A little over page, a little over half page at least. That's progress is progress. I'm getting very hot. It's getting quite late. I do love whenever we get to talk about D&D. That's just fun. And very fitting, because I am, like, you know, editing D&D shit. Excuse for doing shit down there. It's gonna resolve this round. Circuitry down there is failing. The generator can't keep sea monster at bay. It must be fixed. Alright. It's not an excuse to quest. Right? It's not an excuse for the thing you want to be doing. Well, guess the reason those guys down there aren't getting things is that the fishermen took over the whole town and kept people indoors. Alright. Two hours 40 minutes the last night I fucking took. Goddamn. Alright. I always enjoyed talking D&D shop. Appreciate whenever you stop by, Shane. Man, good to have you. Gonna make the actually violent for the first 2 days. Gonna be weird fish people. Learn some Eldritch Horror. Ooh, that's good shit. Yeah, I gotta go for the dread to sort of sit in. Like, yeah, no, nothing's gonna just like pop out and scare you. Yeah. It's good whenever the players can see something's about to go down, rather than being just like, booga booga, because players aren't even going to register that things are bad before it's like, oh, it's too late, shit, fuck. Alright then, I guess. Yeah, I wish you the best in that. I want you to fucking tell me how it goes. That sounds very exciting. And also, I'm good to hear that D&D's doing well for you. Everyone's scared of these guys. Why does it feel like we're being lost in the seas? What's that monster? Right? I will heads up, actually, one last thing. It is not uncommon for players to not be as scared of shit or worry about shit as you might feel that is reasonable, given just like the tone and structure of a D&D campaign. It's a lot harder to feel like the dread of a thing if it is having to be described instead of read or watched or seen, and if like it gets paused regularly and they can do just dumb shit all the time. That does not mean it is not a good scene. It's just that the immediate reaction might be different. And also, D&D is a different game. Like it's not Call of Cthulhu, right? Players are not expecting to get fucking like horribly maimed beyond recognition. You're supposed to feel meh at first meeting, but ramp slowly, right? it's also something like players might see that and go like, oh, cool, this is going to be some Lovecraftian Eldritch horror Innsmouth bullshit. Okay. And be prepared for it. That else is going to be fine. Right? Even if it is not, you know, even if it's not scary or intimidating or terror-filled in the way you think it should be, if it's fun, it's fun. Hell yeah. And it might even seem most of them works too well. Hey, if it works as intended, hell yeah. I'm saying this more so as that player, right? In my campaign I'm in, or one of the campaigns, so often my character's default stuff to intimidating people and stuff is to be like, cool, fuck y'all, actually. The way to like get some power back. And that's really fun. And also a good way, I think maybe more so, a player's reaction to a scary, intimidating thing is rarely going to be, no, please don't hurt me. Unless that's the kind of character they're playing specifically. Right? Most D&D party members and most D&D characters, unless there is like, oh yeah, you went to go and see his thing, and now there's big dragon, run away! They're gonna, like, you have to now escape. Like that scene from, actually, I think the scene from the D&D movie is a good example. Someone actually pointed out why it works so good as, like, a laugh-filled, like a jokey movie. And it's because the characters still take the situation seriously. Where, okay, I think it's like Emberchild or something, the big fucking dragon. When the characters interact with it, I think one of them even says joke, like, as they run away, like, that's a big dragon! And yeah, Emberchild's a fucking unit. And yeah, they're making a joke about how fat Emberchild is. However, their tone and their actions do immediately articulate, that's a big fucking dragon that we need to run away from right now or it will kill us dead. He's spaced out, locals keep barricading doors for some reason. Okay. Be prepared for players to try and ask people what the hell's going on. Fishman seems lost in the ship. Not too much. Just to clarify, you don't mean like days as in actual physical sessions, right? I know this should be no, and it's going to be no.
Yes.
There to make sure. Interactions, right? Like it's one of the many balancing acts / spinning plates you have to deal with as DM of like, how do you pace this stuff so it feels like multiple days without literally taking 7,000 years, which, as everyone knows, is how long 2 days takes. 7,000 years. Yeah, makes sense. At least keep that. Like, that's a very good rough ballpark. At least to be like, yeah, here's the how long you spend doing stuff. Is it my session? Yeah, that's D&D. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even just want you to tell me like, the details of how the monster is meant to play out. I want to hear how it plays out when you actually get to play it. Right? 'Cause they might not be the same thing. Which means I might want to hear it beforehand. But also, I am now getting to the point where I'm like sticking to my chair, so I do want to just get up and do those shit. No, the fact that we were able to talk D&D shop to the point where I am actively, even though I really do need to go to do other shit and cut streams, I still want to fucking chat about it. Very nice, very good. Sweat, unfortunately. Sweat is how one sticks to a chair. It's very unpleasant. I also just moved around too much in my chair, and my head started spinning a little bit. I really gotta fucking go. Yeah, good luck on D&D. Good to hear it's going well. Hope to see you again next time. But until then, take care of yourself out there. Take care of each other. Make sure your fucking background video doesn't have you randomly just standing there for 20 minutes. And bye-bye.